2001 E320. So this one's been sitting out since we had the pandemic shut down. And this is a 1,000-gram system, and it came in. I removed 145 grams. Technician is old school here, and he didn't quite understand it. And remember, this is a mechanical variable displacement compressor, and the low side was still up at 34 psi, but the high side was only 98. But there was only 145 grams out of 1,000 grams, so 98 psi on the high side, 31 to 31 to 34 on the low side. And he thought if it was low, that the low side should be lower. But remember, if you have a mechanical variable displacement compressor, it is trying to vary the pressures and the volume. It will give you some funny numbers, not like a fixed displacement compressor that if you were low on charge and it was still running, the low side pressure will just keep on going down. But on some of the variable displacements, it'll stay right up there, and it fools some of the guys. So I'm just doing a gas and go because I already went over it. It had dye in it. Somebody put dye in it before, so I used the UV lights. I used the electronic leak detector. There's no visual signs. It's just been sitting for a long time and hasn't been done in years. And so most likely one of those slow leakers, and I didn't get to show you. I put it up on the rack. And the drip drain tube for the evaporator case, if you had refrigerant that's gathered, this has been sitting here since overnight. I went up underneath the vehicle, and on this Mercedes, the drip tool hole is located by the transmission, up in the transmission, and the firewall on the floor up there. When you look up, you'll see the hole, and you could stick your leak detector inside there trying to get a concentrated refrigerant. If you had a vehicle sitting overnight and you did have an evaporator leak and it was leaking at low pressure in static charge kind of system where it's not running, you would pick up a concentration right there. But this is not leaking under any of these conditions. So vacuum, and let's charge her up and see what the pressures. If the pressures change from like 31, 34, and 98 on the high side, let's see what it looks like after I charge it up with 1,000 grams, not like the 145 grams it had in it right now. All right.